What's up, tricksters and tricksettas, and welcome to another Tier 3 sub VOD review presented by favorite rating coach CHARLATAN Papito. Today at our coaching table we have our friend Paul, Joker, in the game, Novak, Joker. Now, he is from Australia, and he plays on Sydney servers. Now, why is he not with us today? Because this is not actually a free, a Tier 3 sub VOD review. This is like a free VOD review, which is part of my private coaching, and I already did some coaching with this player, and this is like a checkup. We need to see what our friend Paul can do better on Ascent, what he can do better on Jett, and we're mainly gonna focus on Ascent and Jett because all of the other stuff I'm gonna talk with him through private messages. So just a TLDR, we're not gonna dive too deep into our tracker review. Paul got into Immortal 3. Now he is pushing towards Radiant. I forced the Paul to make a second account, and he was basically just grinding on a second account throughout our coaching, because grinding Valorant on 2 accounts and reaching Radiant with 2 accounts is like significantly easier than playing only on one account. This act, our goal with Paul is that he reaches Immortal 3 on both of his accounts, and then next act he's gonna get Radiant 100%. I'm certain. Now, we're not gonna go too deep into these stats because they don't matter that much. This is just an introduction to Paul. I mean, they don't matter to you, so we're gonna talk about that privately. Now, let's start with the Ascent immediately, so I'm not boring you too much. Are we playing on attack or defense? We're starting on the defender side. Perfect. Just a second. Let me get into Ascent.
Let's go.
Listen here. Come closer. Actually, you can stay where you are. So, Ascent, defender side. On defender side, Ascent is a fast rotation map. What does that mean? That means that on the first contact between your team and the enemy team, you want to make some kind of a move. Rotate, play with your teammates, do something. Also,
careful of the edges. Not sure if I could catch you in time if you fell off. I mean,
that is too loud. Also, on Ascent, you always value team play over the map control. Everything is about the perfect refray game and perfect positioning and perfect isolation of the fights. On this map, you're really not that concerned when it comes to the B site and A site control. Like, if you're defending A site or B site alone, you're never willing to die trying to defend the space. It is totally fine if you play 5v5 retakes on both B and A, and it is totally fine if we sell this space a bit more if you're fighting alone. Enemies are pushing you together as 5, you cannot stop their push. Abuse some safe angles, safe off angles, safe strategies, try to maybe get one pick, push the enemies back, burn through their utility, and then play a retake. Now, on this map, what you truly value is the control of the market and the garden area of the map. So whenever enemies are doing some kind of a split, or they're heavily pressuring you in these 2 areas of the map, for these 2 areas of the map, you're kinda willing to die. Like, you should just be fighting a bit more aggressively and a bit more than for the A side and B side actually. Now, what's also important on Ascent is that you're wisely using the doors on market and A short to isolate the fights and to F up the enemies. We're gonna go into that as we go through the VOD review. And the final thing that is important on this map is that from the first full buy round, where both you and the enemies are full buy, we need to play semi-aggressively. What does that mean? That simply means that in every round, we should be making some level of pressure in B main, mid, or A main, depending where we think the enemies will go next or what we need to control. Also, what's very important on this map is that you always observe the minimap and always track what your teammates are doing and where they want to fight, so that you're able to support them. And when it comes to early positioning, first 2 rounds, you always play on the A site, and from the 3rd round, you position based on whatever the hell enemies did in the first 2 rounds. If enemies develop some kind of a pattern, that's how we position. Generally speaking, on Ascent, whenever you have no idea where the enemies are gonna go next and what are they gonna do, just fight for this area of the map. And you know, you can start either in market, A short, play fast rotations, and that's it. Or fight for A main and B main and push the enemies back. Take some space, some map control. On this map, the worst thing you can do is playing way too passively and allowing the enemies to literally walk into the B main, into the A main, get onto this position or this position, and then explode onto the bomb site without wasting any utility to clear these two main areas of the map. Now, in this first round with Jett, I would always go for a classic shorty or a go shorty strategy. Basically, you drop a shorty right here, and you play with a classic light shield or with a ghost. You start the round by playing in the aim and area of the map, getting the initial contact, and applying initial pressure onto the enemies. Just jiggle in, jiggle out, jiggle in, jiggle out. You see an enemy, bam, one dead zone shot, and you pull back. The whole point is we want to let the enemies to move in, and when the enemies are going for the switch, we're just killing one enemy that is closing the doors, destroying the doors, and then playing a 5v4 retake. That is the easiest way how we can get a pick in this first round, and the easiest way how we can make the instant numbers advantage. If enemies are going B, just rotate with a classic or with a ghost, and that's it. Now let's see what our poll cooked for us.
Yo.
Okay, a bandit.
Hey, 3.
Yeah,
I mean, bandit is not bad, obviously. Like, bandit is one of the best pistols you can play in the first round, especially on a map such as Ascent. So yeah.
man.
Just, you know, when you play that shorty ghost, shorty classic strategy, you're always guaranteed to get one pick, no matter what you do in the aim and area of the map. Like, that guy on the switch is dead 10 out of 10 times.
That looks.
Okay, I like this idea. This is actually a really, really cool idea. Now, when it comes to the, you know, destroying the doors so the enemies cannot close them and they need to smoke it off and we can still spam them. But, hear me out. So, when it comes to the team compositions, our team comp, it's okay. You know, for Ascent, this is a good shit. We just need to pay attention on where our, like, Sage is placing the wall. And we need to tell our Sage to give us some good walls for A main, A short, and B main. And when it comes to the enemy team comp, you know, first of all, they don't have any flashes, so that's very good. We can play some off angles and we can fuck up the enemies like that. Second of all, if we don't see the cipher during the round, you know, in the initial few seconds of the round, we always need to pre-assume that this guy is gonna flank, lurk, try to take some solo space alone. And everything else is pretty standard. Everything else is explained in the playbook, so there's really no reason to cover it. So in this round right here, because we didn't see the cipher, and we don't know if the cipher is playing with the enemies in the A main, I would instantly turn my focus on defending the A short and checking, you know, if that guy is maybe flanking, lurking, or doing something alone. Because anyways, we stop the enemy's push, and in these type of situations, where you stop the enemy's push in the main area of the map, 80% of times in ranked solo queue, enemies will just instantly shift their focus onto the closest area of the map. So right now, I would be expecting some kind of a fight in mid and A short, and I would be ready for that. Like, this idea for you to go into the rafters, I don't know about that. To be honest, like, you know, enemies are not going out, they're not putting the smokes, they didn't even break the Sage wall at all, so we should just be focusing on mid and waiting to see what enemies are actually gonna do.
What is that out?
Come on.
A huge problem here is gonna be that, you know, you didn't see the cipher playing with that team. Mid is open, A short is open. You should have stayed with your Reyna there. You know, and anyways, like, Clove and Sage were already playing on the site. In that type of a situation, like, where two of your teammates can already play a refray game, usually you want to play with a teammate that is alone, you know? And anyways, like, you know, with Arena Flash, with Arena Leer, we can double swing through the smoke, pinch the enemies from front, from the left as well, and just, you know, have a perfect refray game.
Is that out?
Come on.
There they are.
Yeah. I know.
Okay. Okay. I love that you're thinking. I love that our friend Paul is thinking that enemies, enemies could have already taken a space here. That's really good. Shit.
Left. Black dead.
Okay, we found the Cypher. Now listen, since we killed the Cypher, everything is pretty clear right now. You know, the next point of pressure in this round is definitely gonna be mid. So right now, you should be running towards the market and being ready to support your Reyna and fight the enemies on mid. And if enemies end up on B, nobody cares. We are 5v3, we can easily close out this round if we just play together. So, you know, just you can have a bit more mindful positioning and repositioning based on the info that you're getting from the enemies at that moment of time. You know, based on the team compositions, based on what you see, what you don't see, what enemies are doing, like, you can always make some kind of a decent move. Not the best move always, but a move that actually makes sense. Because in this round, you pretty much wasted the last 30 seconds doing nothing.
That.
This is really bad. We talked about this already. Clove is bottom mid. Sova is short. We cannot play 1 versus 1, 1 versus 1. So, in this round, you either play with a Clove or you play with a Sova. You choose who you want to play with based on where you think the enemies might end up and where they might go. Now, with these 2 kills on short, it's 50-50. So the best gamble is maybe play with the Sova and just make sure that you can refrag him and play with him.
One enemy remaining.
Last bay, last bay.
That's mid.
Running.
Okay?
Yeah, he's through Maka now. Hi.
Now, all we have to do is connect with our Sova, and we win this round.
Okay.
No reason to force any fights. Very good, very good.
Has no heal now.
Spike planted.
We wait for the Sova, and we deny the exit for the Clove. So right now, what you should mainly be holding is the stairs. So the Clove doesn't have a chance to do this without the info. If she ends up here, it doesn't really matter that much. But if she ends up doing this, she might surprise us and F us up. So right now, we just hold the stairs. We cut off all of the exit points for this Clove. And we wait for the Sova, and we just finish this round together. There's gonna be a problem. You know, right now we lost a lot of info on the stairs. If Clove ends up in that smoke in the CT, that might be a huge problem for us. Like when you end up in this type of situation, like you know, when your teammate is far away and you need to wait for him to support you, the only job of yours is to keep the information. You know, don't let that enemy outmaneuver you and keep the info. You don't need to fight that Clove. You don't need to force any fights. Just hold a tight angle, you know, like from the market, like this. Or jiggle peek it, whatever. And that's it.
They smoke. Could be in that smoke.
Okay. Now, in this 2v1s, where your teammates wants to fight, depends where you fight as well. So right now, we should be just running towards the Sova. Fuck the information, fuck everything. And we're forcing a 2v1 fight together with him.
Just hold for a sec, guys.
So right now you should be shifting towards the Sova.
Dot now, we got dot. Dots. Just corner.
Okay, this ended up well, because the enemy Clove literally chose the absolutely worst position for the postman in this one. Like, what the fuck was that? By the way, Chad, this is like Immortalish lobby. So yeah.
Nice. Perfect.
Okay. Now, when you win the first round of Ascent, second round, you just play in A short. Always. And with the Jett, you know, I would always go for one option. Just get a Marshal, get a Heavy Shield, make sure that you have one smoke. That's it. As soon as the round starts, lock down this angle and just wait. Wait to see where the enemies are gonna make a contact, where the enemies are gonna make some noise, and you're just supporting your teammates left and right. Simple as that. And we're just playing fast rotations. Why Marshall and one smoke? Because, you know, then in the round number 4, you can already pull out the operator easily. Personally, I would not start at the bottom mid. Reason number 1 is the Cypher camera. Reason number 2 is the Sova dart might reveal us. And reason number 3 is like enemies usually jump spot this position. And if you don't hit that shot, I mean, they're gonna reveal. I mean, you can still get a kill, but whatever. It's just more logical to start in short. Like, you know, whenever you're starting bottom mid with a Jett and against the enemy Sova, you need to have someone destroying this this dart for you, especially early on, because early on, like, we really don't know where is this Sova gonna drop his arrow. He might drop the arrow here. He might be some Robin Hood Sova, you know, like me, you know, without any lineups, and I'm gonna drop some random arrow every round.
Default path.
So a much better idea here would have been to just like you know, lock down the tiles, and then, you know, if the enemies don't, if you don't see any enemy here, and enemies are going like through the top mid, we can just activate the dash ability, get a free pick, and just reset ourselves in short. Internet providers, can I get, like, I'm paying 50 euros for my internet per month. Can I please get, can I watch a video, YouTube video, you know, like, it's not that deep. Isn't Outlaw better? Listen, on Ascent, you really want, when you're playing Jett Chamber in general, you really want to pull out the operator as soon as possible. Because it is so easy getting these early picks in mid, A man, B man, like, on all of these positions. Also, you know, another problem of this is, like, just a bit of an unnecessary risk, in my opinion, if you get stuck here.
Default path.
Okay, micro adjustments have left the game, apparently. I love this a lot. Listen, what you should have, what I would have done here, I would have definitely done a fake repositioning. Because, you know, now with 5 HP, getting away through this smoke is way too risky. We already fucked up. We missed that micro correction, no problem. We can still get maybe 1 or 2 kills from this spot right here, even without the dash ability. You have a Marshall, enemies don't have a shield. We can get some fights, some body shots. But with 5 HP moving through this smoke, I mean, enemies can just spit on you and you're dead. You know? So we really don't want to do that. We drop a smoke here to make the enemies think that we're repositioned, and then on some random timing we can try peeking them. We can also ask our Clove to maybe smoke for us, maybe someone to support us and help us out and stay alive. There's also no way that in this round enemy Sova bought any darts. So this was just way too risky. You know, if you were full HP, I probably would have done this. Because, you know, I don't want to get stuck here and I just want to get out as soon as possible. But also, one more tip. Like, when you're fighting with a Jett in this area of the map, so you're fighting the enemies at the top mid, you always want to fight a bit more forward towards this wall like this. And whenever you're using a dash ability to engage the enemies at top mid, you want to dash away like this. Always. Like, you never want to dash towards the spot where you can get stuck, which is a spot like this. Then the enemies, you know, can spam you through the wall, bombard you with utility, and you're just stuck, step-bro, and you're probably gonna die. So, whenever you're picking the enemies from this position, pick from the middle right here, so that you have the space to dash diagonally, like this, towards the pizza. And then, you know, from the pizza you can easily reposition towards the spawn, towards the market, and stay alive. So those are the, you know, small mistakes that we could have corrected in this round.
Fucking.
Anyways, like, trust me, like, it is 10 times safer peeking the enemies in this A short area of the map from the short into the tiles. Because usually from the tiles, like, you know, even some Immortal players and Radiant players, like, people are not jump spotting this angle. They just take some imbecile fights like this. And if you line up yourself in this way, as soon as the round starts, bam, that's a free kill. Then with the dash ability I can get another kill, and then I can maybe fake reposition and go for another shot. Then I would actually reposition. You get the point. Like, it's just way too risky this early in the game taking a spot like this. We don't know where the Cypher is using the camera. We don't know, like, where the Sova is using the darts. You don't have any support from your teammates. It's an antique round. No reason to get stuck here. We can play a bit more passively and a bit more safe. I really hope we won this round, because if we didn't, our teammates are gonna get some mental problems really soon. I just started playing a few months ago, coming from Halo. Your content has been a huge help. Thanks, Papito. Which Halo game is right now active? I got Onyx in Halo Infinite. Is Halo Infinite still the latest Halo? Do you think it's better to always pre-aim or wrap your crosshair around the angle? Pre-aim. But it does depend on a situation quite a lot. Okay.
Gun here.
Paid chatter. Bro. I ain't Wuhujin, man. Just kidding, bro. Just joking. Okay, let's go.
Once more into battle.
I don't know. Infinite was fun for like maybe 100 hours, but then, like, I don't know. Do you ever wear anything but black, Papito? Yes, I wear gray when my black gets too dirty. Okay, so what do we know about the enemies thus far? You know, in the first 2 to 3 rounds of the match, we need to be collecting some information about the enemies. First round, enemies went A. Second round, they went B. They know from the first 2 rounds that our Sage is playing on the A side. So the most logical choice for the enemies, and based on their patterns, is, hey guys, let's push B side in this round. So in this round, we should be playing B and preparing some kind of a counter setup for the B side. Like, I don't know. You know, in this round with the Jett, since Bucky is now dog shit, in this bonus round, I would actually go for a bandit, and I would position like this. So, I would try to get 1 bullet without the dash ability here, and try to get 1 pick. Bam! 1 dead zone bullet. Repositioning towards this off angle, waiting for a perfect moment of time to surprise the enemies and strike them. Bam bam. And then with the dash ability, I would try engaging the enemies from the stairs, and once again, trying to dash away towards the smoke there, and trying to escape if I'm like the only guy defending a site, so that I don't get stuck and I don't force some stupid 50-50s. But in an eco round, bonus round, like, you can do whatever you want. You know, your only job in these rounds is what? Trade yourself for at least 1 or 2 kills. Find the trades and that's it. But in this round I would actually play B, only because of how the previous rounds went, and what I think enemies might think at this moment. Sheriff is also fine. I don't know, I just feel that Bandit is really underrated. Like, I don't know why people are not using Bandit more. Like, I swear to God, like, with a Bandit, I'm getting some kills that I would never get in my life with any other weapon. It's a bullshit weapon. Plus, we're saving money for Operator in the round number 4, so yeah, I mean, like, 600 credits, you know? Why can't I watch this VOD at 1080p, please? Never mind, chat, like, bear with me. In the first 4 rounds, I really want you to activate your maximum brain power. You know, like, observe the patterns, feel the enemies, you know, ask yourself, like, what did the enemies see? What did you see? How they played the first, you know, like, the first, like, 2 rounds, 3 rounds. You know, like, this was a pretty easy read. And if you followed all of these rules, 3 rounds in a row, we would have been right, and we would have been the ones countering the enemies. And like, what's very important in ranked solo queue, you really need to be in charge of these initial contacts with the enemies. You just have to do that, because if you're not in charge of these initial contacts, then, you know, you're gambling that your teammates are actually good. What do you think about the new bundle? I think it's okay, just a bit overpriced for what we got. Bandit is good. Bandit is good, definitely. Butt plugs are like, okay.
Drop in a smoke.
Spike planted.
Reloading.
Okay, we heard that Jett updraft. The only logical positions where the Jett could have updrafted is here and here. So, let's be ready for that.
No peeking.
We got the info. Listen, on these retakes when you have no idea. So, you're playing a retake of the B site. And you have no idea if the enemies can be here, if the enemies can be here, B main, whatever. And you're playing Jett. You need to give your teammates the info and take some initial space for them. And usually what you need to do is just smoke, dash, and, you know, that's it. You need to lead the charge. And we need to use our dash ability to clear these initial angles. Then we always have to clear the B main area of the map completely. And then we play the retake onto the site. So, sector number 1, 2, 3, 4. And we just fight together with our teammates.
Let's go, guys.
Dash in, dash in.
Flash.
This was a bit crazy, I'm not gonna lie, because we have no info about the enemies.
This side.
Okay, okay.
This side.
Possible W.
Backside.
Left. Backside, back. And
Box side.
Bro, what is this smoke, man? Like, I mean, people are watching way too much TikTok, I'm not gonna lie. Bro, we made a 4v3 and we get that smoke on the site.
This side.
backside, back. And
Box angle, box angle, box angle.
Last player standing.
Okay, I mean, there's really nothing better that you could have done. Like, our club kind of fucked us up with that smoke in a 4v3.
One enemy remaining.
But getting 5 kills in a bonus round, huge W. We take those.
Alright, good damage, guys.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Really good damage.
Very good, very good, very good.
yeah, we have 2.
Okay, so we're playing the first full buy round. From this first full buy round, we need to be aggressing the enemies consistently. A main, B main, mid, whatever we think they're gonna go next. So, in this round, it is okay that we are forcing the outlaw. Why? Because literally, the whole enemy team doesn't have money to buy a heavy shield with a Vandal and Phantom. So there's a very big chance that 3 or more enemies are gonna play with a light shield. Outlaw, muy bien option. Playing in A short, very good idea. Why? Because there is no way that in the next round, enemies are gonna go straight up B. They're probably gonna default or take the mid control or maybe even go A, do some kind of a fake, and that is what we should expect from the enemies. Why? Because enemies are using the A, B, C, D, E, F, G pattern of pushing thus far. So, very good what our friend Paul is
Yeah,
doing.
so Cat like the orbs.
Feliz Navidad. Okay. Listen, when you're holding these tight angles, like, so, first of all, you always hold these tight angles as tight as your reaction time allows you to catch the widest enemy swing. So, if this is your reaction time, you hold this tight. But you're always placing your crosshair for the wide peak, wide swing. Why? Because if the enemy swing wide and your crosshair is here, hitting this shot is hard. Very hard. Like doing a micro correction and tracking the enemy's movement and all of that stuff. If the enemy does a wide swing, We just need to press one button and catch his movement and he's dead. But if the enemies go for a jiggle peek, hitting this shot is also easy because enemies are stopping on your screen and you don't need to guess when they're gonna stop and how they're gonna stop. I mean, if they stop there, if they go for a jiggle peek or they just peek there, that's also a free shot, free kill. So, always place your crosshair for the furthest enemy peek and for the wide swing when you're holding angles like this. And you don't need to move. I don't know, like, is the guy cheating, like, looking through the walls?
B57.
Brother, like, you just have to lock in this angle. You have the outlaw. We know that enemies don't have shields, probably. Just lock it in. You don't need to jiggle peek. You don't need to move. And if you think that enemies from the speedway might be engaging you on timing, like that enemies are maybe doing the A split right now, get away from this position. You know? Now we can lock an angle like this, and that's it. This is fine. You don't need to be playing this position anymore, especially because we made a numbers advantage.
Hey, Twitter.
You fought well.
Almost.
Jett. I didn't see the other two, by the way. Just Jett.
Get out of my way.
But I mean, even if, you know, like, the good thing about this angle is, like, even if the enemy speak us from speedway, your crosshair with a sniper is already ready for the body shot. So you can just you could have just spent this whole round just holding this angle like this, to be honest.
Top for me.
Eyes down.
Top mid.
Our Sage wanted a bit of, you know, sexy time, bro, you know? Our Sage was like, hey, man, can you let me know? Okay.
One enemy remaining.
Okay.
Weapon here.
Okay, good round. Good round. We just finished this off without any casualties, play with our teammates, and that's it. Very good, very good, very good, very nice.
Oh, I was gonna go one.
Unfortunately, we cannot upgrade to operator right now because we have the outlaw. So, once again, like, you know, we ask ourselves in the preparation phase, where do we think enemies are gonna go next based on the previous rounds? So, in the first round they went A, they failed, bam. Next round mid. Third round B, fourth round A. So in this round, number 5, chances are pretty high that enemies might go for a B push again. Or some, I don't know, mid control. So the best idea, once again, is simply, let's lock down the B-main area of the map. You know, we can hold this angle, try to get a pick here, bam. Then we can reposition while reloading, getting onto this position, trying to get one pick here. Then if our teammates are on the side, we can peek out with a dash, try to get one more pick, fight with our teammates, and that's one basic repositioning we can use.
Oh, what? I'll go one.
Just stay with him.
Always play Valorant based on the information with which enemies are feeding you in the early rounds, based on the team comp, economy, and the patterns they used in the previous rounds. You can read enemies 8 out of 10 times in ranked solo queue because players are very repetitive. Players have like some usual patterns they like to abuse, and those patterns are very easy to notice. So we can still get better there.
Make clear.
All?
I want
What's
to
that?
ease. Reloading.
Okay, listen. You know, in ranked solo queue, once again, whenever your teammates or you stop the enemies pushing, completely cuck the enemies in the main areas of the map. Like, most of the times in ranked solo queue, 80% of times, they're just gonna immediately shift their focus towards the next closest area of the map. So right now, you should not be rotating B, you should be rotating market and getting ready to support your Sage and Reyna. On an angle like this, you never use the dash ability. Ever. Whenever you're playing some kind of an elevated position, you're playing it towards the furthest position where you can drop down after a shot. So, you play here, and you do this. And now, from this spot, I'm gonna use the dash ability to engage the enemies, to get another pick, and to reset myself towards the safety.
Just hold B main, guys. I've slowed it off, so they have to stay.
Right now, you should definitely be fighting with your Sage and Reyna, especially because they're way too aggressive. If the Sage and Reyna die, we're gonna give the guns to the enemies. We're gonna give a free path for the enemies to rotate towards the A site, and, you know, the round can easily fall apart. Here, you know, your Sova is fighting together with your Clove. You know, they can still delay the enemies here with darts, arrows, metal, smokes. But if Reyna and Sage die, we're gonna be in a bit of a problem.
Closer. I think ult has A.
All stuck inside. All of them are stuck.
One enemy remaining.
Okay.
Nice. Good job.
Clean round.
Poor as fuck.
Okay, since enemies are so predictable, like literally, there's really nothing to talk about. In this round, we should definitely play on the... Do you not stream on Twitch? Yeah, stream on Twitch and YouTube and TikTok as well. We should definitely play on mid this round again. You know, from the A short, locking down the mid area of the map, Sage and Reyna are defending A. Clove and Sova can defend Market and B, and that's it. So in this round, what should we expect from the enemies in this round? They're playing an eco Halby round, you know? So they failed the B push. Their AB pattern is failing. In this round, I would expect that enemies are gonna default. 100%. Like, they're gonna play some 1-3-1 setup. You know, there's no way that all 5 of them are gonna go mid. But the best gamble right now is simply to, you know, play from short and play fast rotations. What rank VOD is this? This is Immortal. He didn't buy op. Well, we should not be buying the operator because enemies are eco. We didn't have to. We don't need to. It's much easier winning this round with a Phantom that we got from the previous round. So, in this match, I was right 6 out of 6 times where we should position ourselves, purely based on data and based on the information that we got from the enemies. If I can be 6 out of 6 times right, you can be as well. Like, it's not a science. Especially when the enemies are so predictable and so easy to read.
Good true. Okay.
Here, listen. We have... What I would have done in this round, and what is the best play in this round. If you have a teammate on Ascent that is aggressing the enemies to the B-main, like this Sova, as soon as the round starts, especially if the enemies are eco and Halby, follow up that guy. Play with the Sova. Because if you take the B-main, we take the tiles. I mean, enemies are cooked. Like, if they're only playing in A-main and top mid, we have so much map control, we can do whatever the hell we want to do. And also another problem is, like, this is an anti-eco round, and if my Sova dies and donates his life and weapon to the enemies for nothing, that's gonna be a huge problem for us. Here you should just be pushing with this idiot. You know, you see Sova pushing like this, go with him. You let him go first, use him as a refrag. Let's take more space from the enemies on Ascent. That is always good.
Good true. Okay.
Here, you know, a second option would be a rotation towards the short. I mean, we got a smoke for bottom mid. Like, I don't know. I would pre-assume that enemies are doing some A split, or there's gonna be like 3 or 4 enemies on A short. And also, listen, when it comes to this smoke here, let me tell you something. Whenever you get this smoke from the enemies, play a bit more passively. It's fine. Like, if your teammates are not aggressing the enemies on mid, and your teammates are like not heavily pressuring the enemies from A short and then from the market, and we need to fight with them, fuck it, like, this smoke is way too risky. It's way too risky for you in an anti-eco round to play around this smoke like this. And to be checking this angle and this angle. Fuck it. We don't need that information. Especially not in a round where we have the full aim and control, full beam and control, and we know that the enemies are mid. All you have to do right now, if you want to commit to this position, is just play passively and hold the market like this. Play safe. So that we're not getting surprised by the enemies that are peeking us from this wall and that are walking towards us. Your only job in this round is to stay alive, get the info in the market, while your teammates are working on the map. Like, I mean, if your teammates are already working to do something, and you're playing passively, your only job is to stay alive, keep the info in that area of the map for as long as you can, and that's it. So right now, okay, I got this smoke. My Sova is coming from behind. Fuck it, let's go back a bit. Let's reset a bit. Hold this angle. And wait to see what info our Sova is gonna get from mid. But the absolutely best play in this round would have been to always follow up your Sova, fuck up the enemies in the mid, take the B main, round is over.
Here.
Like, it's really dangerous what you're doing here, because you can easily die based on luck and timing. You know, enemies can peek you from left, enemies can peek you from right, they can also double swing you. You consistently need to gamble your crosshair. And what then? We need to rely on some flicks to kill these guys. Fuck that shit, bro. Safe gameplay, smart gameplay. We close out this round like this.
They threw. They threw.
Okay. Bro, who's your barber? Your mama.
Shot this guy.
Now, listen.
Okay.
In this round, playing on the B site, I guess it's fine. You know, the problem with this round is that it's 50-50 whether or not the enemies are gonna go A or B, based on the previous patterns. But only because they have a Sova ultimate. Usually players with a Sova ultimate like to go more on A. It's just easier to use the ultimate and to hit the players on A site. But we still have like a Sage and Reyna defending A. So I don't know.
You just saw me, maybe. I don't know.
Here, listen, man. Like, another info that you should be gathering in the first like 4 rounds of the match is how aggressively or how passively your teammates are actually playing on the defender side. Like, who is over-aggressing, how your teammates are individually playing, you know, who's playing passively, who's playing aggressively, which fights your teammates are forcing and stuff like that. Like here, based on the previous rounds, like, our Sova really likes to play aggressively in the B main. So I don't know why we're starting so passively in this round. Also, you know, with our Sova, since enemies don't have a single flash ability, we can just, you know, play a double bait setup. Let the Sova bait for you here, activate the dash ability here, get 1 pick. Like, this angle here is usually your secondary position. Even in eco rounds, halberd rounds, you never play this position as a first spot. Because, you know, after you get a contact in the B main, and maybe go for 1 bullet here, 1 small short fight, okay, I can get here, play on this off angle, and then on timing, try to get the enemies out of the server. Okay, this is probably a B split. So Cypher camera in the B main, dart for the market. Like, when you see this type of a setup, you should immediately be like, okay, this is probably gonna be a split. So what do we do here? Here, the best idea is to fight for the market. Like, the best idea would be that both you and the Sova get in the market, and we try to keep that market control and leave the whole B site open. But, okay, I mean, like, here, since we started so passively, like, we will have to commit over the site.
They've smoked off my catwalk.
There is absolutely no reason for you to hold this angle in this way. Like, this angle, you should always be peeking on timing and trying to get this timing onto the enemies. So here, enemies don't see you. And occasionally, bam, 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 at random intervals. And especially, you know, if I want to get a fight with the enemies here, I would never play in a spot like this. Why would I be committing to this fight without the dash ability? That is a complete 50-50 fight, and, you know, I might be fighting like 3, 4, 5 enemies coming through the beam in. Okay, you want to commit to the fight here, hold an angle like this, you know. Go for one shot, one bullet, one burst fire, reset yourself, and now with the dash ability, I choose how I want to fight and when I want to fight.
Oh, I whiffed two. They're coming up cat now.
Hopefully.
Give it in.
They walled me out.
Swing if you can, Cliff. You go.
Here we need to rotate with the gun out. Why? Because at the start of this round, we saw the Cypher camera in the beam in. Sentinel players usually like to lurk, flank, and, you know, play alone. So, during this rotation towards the CT, we need to have the Phantom in the hands. We really don't need to throw that smoke, but okay, I guess. It's better to be safe rather than sorry.
Oh, my bad.
Here also, I mean, you know, because we really don't have any info about the Cypher. Like, we also need to expect that that Cypher might be in the market right now as well.
Jett's
Running.
117.
Go B. K Cypher walk up.
Jett's tag 117.
This is a really bad position to be in because Cypher can already be market.
B.
Dash ability ready.
2
Market
market.
two.
3.
Dash ability ready. Listen, when you end up in a numbers disadvantage, and enemies are just pressing a W key, we cannot be hiding from the enemies. Like, here, we need to make a 2v2 in some kind of a way. And this is a perfect moment of time to make a 2v2. Enemies are just running it with the W key forward. They don't. There's a dust in their brain right now. Activate the dash ability, swing out on timing, get a kill. Play with the Sova, round is over. We cannot, you know, we cannot let the enemies rotate like this when we have a perfect position to surprise them, perfect position to kill them, and to make a 2v2 or a 2v1. Like, this is a, you know, a very missed opportunity, I'm not gonna lie. Like, in this situation, you should have just played here, activate the dash ability, bam, bam, try to get a pick. Anyways, you know, as long as you have a dash with a Jett, you can always reset yourself. Now this round is over. I mean, it's not over, but it's gonna be like 10 times harder winning this round right now. Enemies can be in the B main, they can be on the site. We don't have any smokes, like, we're gonna have to use our smoke and dash to take this initial space. Enemies can play some crossfires, like, you need to use these opportunities to get a kill. You know, why did you walk up to this CT position if you're not gonna surprise the enemies? And if you're already here that all 3 enemies are just running it down with a W key, you control that fight.
Spike planted.
2 side, 1 missing. Okay, late CT, guys.
But they're all on site, no? So you heard the medal from the club, from the site. We know Jett is on the site. And we know the Cypher crossed onto the bomb site. We just clear the speedway and we fight.
Wait, shocked up backside. Unknown.
Last
I think
player
it's
standing.
Sova?
Last
think
player
it's-
standing.
Where was the Cypher? Like, what the fuck, bro?
Wait, shocked up backside. Unknown.
Last
think
player
it's-
standing.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Exactly what Cypher said. Thank you for the prime sub, man. Thank you for the prime sub. But, okay, Cypher made a really good play here. This is something I would not expect. I mean, this is something we didn't have the info for. But, you had to use that opportunity to kill the Cloven Jett when they were moving into the bomb site. Especially in a 2v3, you cannot back off from these fights.
No, one went back.
Okay, listen. You know, in this round, we should already pull out the operator. I mean, with a Jett, like, you really want to pull out the big guns as soon as possible. As soon as possible. So, what does Cypher do? A Cypher basically placed a trip here, cage here, and he walked back into the market. But, once again, like, you know, our friend Paul, with the dash ability, you cannot allow the free cross for the enemies here. I mean, that's a perfect fight for you as a Jett player. When enemies need to clear so many different angles, they don't know exactly where you are, and, you know, you can just surprise them on timing and kill them. Or at least get one. In this round, you should be pulling out the operator. And listen, in this round, we really cannot read the enemies. Because enemies kind of broke the pattern. And like, you know, there's nothing right now that we can use to read the enemies. But they're always consistently pressuring the mid area of the map. So right now, it would be a really good idea to get an op, and from the short, try to get a pick, try to get a kills on mid, and then decide what to do next. But in this round, gambling on the B side and playing this passively again. This is way too passive for a map such as Ascent. You know, you really want to apply a lot of pressure in A main, B main, and mid on this map. Like, this cannot be your starting position.
One catwalk.
Also, you know, another benefit of playing this angle in this way is like you're almost always gonna dodge the enemy Sova drone. Yes, the recon is gonna reveal you, and you'll have to shoot it, but drone most of the times won't.
Catwalk, Jett.
Like, so what happened in this round is you literally lost 3 opportunities to fuck up the enemies before you end up stuck on the bomb site. And that is another thing that is kind of bad for us right now. We're stuck on the site alone, and we're gonna need to force some stupid 1 versus 5 gunfights. Like, the first opportunity we missed to kill the enemies is in the B main. We could have maybe went for a death zone peek here, a pre-fire, maybe get a kill. Then we could have used this angle to potentially get a pick. And then with the dash ability, we can easily peek the enemies from the stairs and try to reset into the enemy smoke and escape the site. But now, God help us. Like, this is exactly how you don't want a position on Ascent when you're defending a site. Like, where you end up stuck alone on the bomb site, and now you need to hit some crazy shots to trade yourself, basically.
Already out, already out. Timo. Upstairs.
Yep. To be honest, like, you know, you kind of lost this round before it even began. Only because of poor positioning and repositioning. Like, you lost 3 opportunities to get 3 easy kills, and then simply play a 5v5, 5v4, 5v3 retake together with your teammates. Like, we cannot position like this on a map such as Ascent with a Jett.
Upstairs.
And once again, like, listen, whenever you're pinched like this, when you're playing Jett, use your smokes to potentially make some advantageous fights. Like, keep your location a secret. Always. Like here, okay. 2 enemies are coming through stairs. 2 enemies are coming through speedway. Drop. Enemies know that you're here. Drop this smoke. And maybe reposition onto this angle. And now force this fight with the enemy Jett instead of swinging immediately like this. Or drop a smoke here. Keep your location a secret. And then, from the closer wall, go for surprise peeks and try to trade yourself for at least 1 kill on timing. But here, like, you know, instantly forcing another fight after a failed fight on the stairs. I mean, enemies are obviously ready. They're even pre-firing you right now. They're pre-firing this peak that you're doing.
Oh, you're saying I. Okay.
This is gonna be fun.
It's kind of bad that we didn't force up the operator in that round. I mean, like, that's why you save the money. And that, you know, with the Jett, like, you're really forced to abuse the operator on Ascent because it's very easy to get the kills. No, you just start on this angle, bam, one pick. You can get up there, another pick. Here you can also play with a operator and just kill the enemies on timing. Then you can do various different shit. Especially against the enemy team compositions, they don't have like any flash ability or stun.
Line on A.
Neon doesn't count.
A. Drain.
Listen, man, mate. Yo, oi, mate. Don't rotate with your ass pointing towards the enemies. Like right now, we really don't know if enemies are going A. We don't know exactly what enemies are doing. So right now there can easily be a Cypher lurking mid and peeking you from the tiles. Second thing, your movement speed with a knife is same as with the Jett knives. It's identical. So when you have the Jett knives, there's absolutely no reason for you to rotate with the actual knife. So, you know, we peek this. Now we're rotating, we rotate like this, ready for a fight always, and then we go.
I'm alone on A.
What's this?
A. Drain.
And yeah, in this round, you should have definitely played on the A side. Now, chat. Why do we play in this round on A side? Because 2 times in a row, enemies ended up on B. We have the rule of 3 executes, which means that in the 3rd round, we should expect that enemies are gonna do something opposite.
They're out.
Enemy spotted A.
Deploying drone.
I'm looking on a cliff, mid lurking. Oh no, all there.
Spike planted.
Your fault.
Molto bene.
One how.
Jenny dinked.
Helen Jen last.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Okay. Good shit, good shit. Now in this round, once again, we effed up the enemy's push onto the A site. So enemies are probably gonna fight for mid again or B. And right now, since you already have 2 teammates fighting aggressively for the B main, let's lock down the B main area of the map. Once we lock down the B main, we can maybe go for some double flank and double push, take this whole area of the map from the enemy team, and the round becomes easy.
Alright, muckers. Off we go.
In this one, again, like, you should have bought the operator. Like, just give this Vandal to your teammate, to your Reyna that died in the previous round, and get the op. You really want to get op more on the defender side of Ascent.
Alright, muckers. Off we go.
They could have dodged that.
I'm not really a fan of this positioning when you're playing alone. Like, the problem is, like, you know, the main point of Jett, of playing Jett on a defender side is, like, you want to abuse your dash ability to get safe fights, safe picks, and all of that. But first, we need to get information in some kind of a safe way. Like, when you play this one and done angle here, I mean, you won't get a chance to use your dash ability at all. And if you want to play this position early on, alone, I mean, not alone, like, if you want to play this angle right here, you need to have someone that is baiting for you, giving you the info from the market or pizza.
Showing A.
Nothing beamer.
Okay.
No lurk, Cypher.
No, this was a good gamble. It was a good gamble that enemies might go mid and B.
Got him.
Now listen, whenever you're retaking the Ascent of Haven, or Ascent, always take the guard and control back and the whole A short. We need to have that shit. So here, like, you together with a Sage, or you together with a Clove, or you alone, need to take the Garden and A short, or maybe with a Reyna. Like, we cannot be going... There cannot be 3 of us going only from the rafters, and we cannot play this retake with a possible flank and lurk from 1 or 2 enemies from the Garden.
I'm gonna flank the side. Ah, fuck it.
And we should definitely expect that one enemy might be there.
You see, man?
So right now, what you should have been doing is killing that Jett together with your Reyna, opening up the doors, and then from the doors going for the retake.
Wait, man, solve a man.
Oh. Yo. What a wall, man. Enemies under the rafters.
Jen.
Love it. Love it, but...
Wait, man, solve a man.
Listen, this dash that you did here is just way too risky with a limited amount of information that you have. You know, it was okay doing the dash in the previous round because you ended up like 4 versus 1. But in a 4 versus 3, when we really don't know where is the Cypher and where's the whole enemy team, just drop down. I mean, like, your Sage literally gave you the perfect wall that's giving you all of the info here. We can clear under a bit, drop down with the Sage, take this fight, and always fight up front. And why would you even put yourself in this position? You know, we don't know if an enemy is maybe here. We don't know if an enemy is maybe in that corner. We don't know if an enemy is left or right. Why would you be so overexposed?
Wait, man, solve a man.
Jen.
Shots for
Running.
That's one way to get the info, I guess.
Good attempt.
Okay, here's one Ascent tip. Whenever you end up defending the B set alone, close the market doors, so that you always narrow down the enemies only onto 2 positions, especially if you want to hold the B main and the spawn from the CT area of the map. In that way, enemies can never surprise you. You always fuck up the enemies a bit with that door closure, and even if they go on B with a 5v4 numbers advantage, we can easily play the retake. Clear the market full, and then play a 5v4 retake. But here, like, being exposed from, you know, this potential push, this push, and giving so much map control to the enemy team, we cannot play like this.
They're gonna cancel, wait.
Wait.
Smoke this.
I'm kind of sad that I don't hear his comms at all. By the way, listen, like, whenever you're holding any medium range, long range corridors, or tight angles, always double zoom. Double scope always.
One dead.
Cat out. 2 already up.
He's pushing you.
Both.
I know exactly where you are.
One enemy remaining.
Last guy.
Last player standing. Spike down.
Good fight. Internet providers, 2026. Sova and Clove starting so far back wasn't good, right? Yeah, it was not right. I remember watching it back in 2020 when the game came out. Stopped playing since then. I loved your tips at the time with the Omen. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Good times. 2020. That's where Valorant was actually fun. Okay, listen. In this 1v1, the last thing that you give a shit about is the spike. Like in this 1v1, especially with the operator, you need to play smart and you need to gamble a bit. So, the first problem we have here is the Clove can kill us from the rafters and from the garden as well. That's a problem number 1. Now, problem number 2. We want to eliminate any factor of luck and timings in this situation. So the best idea in this round is to make a fully gamble. Basically, right now what you can do, go onto the rafters, end up under the A site, and gamble that enemy club is gonna end up A. Period. Or play a bit safer. Like go all the way into the spawn, lock down this angle right here, and wait for the club to plant the spike. Like, right now, we really cannot die on timing from the rafters position. Plus, your teammates are telling you that the enemy club is minus 120. So right now, we should be using the classic pistol to finish this fight.
30 seconds left.
Classic? Classic? Brother, what's happening here, man? Like, it's already 720p resolution. I can't believe it. We're living in 2026, bro. If Clovis saw him, he's coming from the mid and knifing you there.
Last guy.
Perfect resolution, chat.
Spike down A.
We see the pixels at least. Let it load up a bit.
30 seconds left.
Okay. Classic in the hands. She's low HP. And we finish this round.
Heaven.
Classic.
Spike planted.
I really don't know, like, why are you gambling this round on the operator shot when an enemy is that low? And you already got that info from the teammates. Okay, she must be on the right side. Classic! 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 Pistol! Where the fuck is Clove, bro? Jesus Christ, man. Bro, this is a paranoia moment, huh? My dude started panicking so much. I would as well, man.
Spike planted.
Like, what type of timing she hit? Clove is a Houdini, bro. Clove is a Houdini, bro. We didn't clear that corner properly. I didn't see with the pixels, bro. Listen, chat, like, angles in Valorant are, you know, a bit, how can you say this, like, a bit like, deceptive, you know? Like, the problem in Valorant is, like, if you really don't clear the angles deep, you never know if an enemy is there or not, essentially. Because angles in Valorant, like, appear to be shallow, but they're actually much deeper than they are. Like, maybe because of the player models and how the whole maps are built, like, it's so fucking stupid. So, you can never tell if an angle is cleared or not until you actually clear the actual angle, you know. If this is the angle, you need to see the fucking, you know, the angle. Like that. No, bro, like this was so sad, man.
Not you.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Sad round. But as already mentioned, like, the best gamble in this round would have been to gamble on the A side. I mean, Spike is here. Clove has only 30 seconds to pick up the Spike. In these 1v1s, like, usually the best idea is to just gamble on one side, wherever you think that chances are higher that that enemy might end up. Like, what I would have done, what I personally would have done in this round, I would have just went rafters, drop down, and play under the rafters, holding this angle. And that's it. If she plans the Spike on B, okay, fuck it. I'm gonna pick up the Vandal Phantom, go for the fast retake, and that's it. If she ends up on A, the round is over.
Stay safe.
Listen. So, if the Cypher is using camera right here, let me show you. So Cypher is using the cam.
My ultimate is ready. I find them. I kill them. Simple as that.
Here at the start of the round. This camera doesn't see you in this part right here. So, essentially, if the Cypher uses a camera there, just activate the dash ability, play on this angle, and just focus on catching one enemy off guard and trying to get a pick. You cannot play here because you're way too... I mean, depends like how deep he places it, but still, you know, it's way too risky playing this overexposed. Okay. Another quick tip. Listen. If enemies have recon abilities, any recon abilities, like, it is an absolute waste of a dash ability to go for this type of a play alone. Like, whenever you're going for this type of a play, first of all, you need to have someone baiting for you. Someone destroying the Cypher camera, shooting a few shots here, etc. Second of all, you need to be certain, if you want to go for a solo pick here with a dash ability, you need to be absolutely certain that the enemies are not using any early utility in this area of the map that is going to render your dash ability useless, such as Breach Stun, Omen Paranoia, some flashes. If those two check boxes are checked, you know, like, you have a teammate baiting for you, you have a teammate destroying utility, recon utility from the enemies, or you have like you know that enemies are not using any utility in this area of the map, then it's okay. You know, you can activate the dash ability, hold this off angle, try to get a pick. Otherwise, play a bit more passively, it's fine, like, try to get a pick here, you know, like, reposition on some off angles, use your dash ability, play here, for an example. Like, there's so many different positions that you can use on Ascent on the B side to get a safe picks instead of dying like this. I mean, if you already see at the start of the round that your Sova is starting this passively, I mean, I cannot be aggressing the enemies this much. Plus, the guy has the ultimate. My Sage also has a revive. We can easily win this round if you play a bit safer. And also, you know, like, whenever you get surprised by the enemies, your crosshair is not ready for the enemies. You see you're gonna whiff a shot, dash away with a Jett. If you already activate a just dash ability. Like, the whole point of the just dash ability is to give you one free life. And that's it. One free fight. You were not ready for this fight. Fuck it. As soon as you're firing the bullets, Like basically, you're doing this.
My ult's ready. I'm amped. Let's go. I got things to do.
So you're firing the bullets. You see that your crosshair was not ready for the enemy. Dash away. Instantly. And reset yourself. Better than dying in some kind of a stupid 50-50 fight for which you were not even ready at that moment of time. Like, the worst thing you can do on a defender side of any map in Valorant is give early picks to the enemies and give an early numbers advantage to the enemy team. Like, you always want to fight with some safe angles, off angles, crossfires, with some utility, etc, etc. Like, you cannot be dying in the first 5 seconds of the round ever. Especially on a map such as Ascent, Split, Fracture. On these maps, and some others as well. At the end of the day, if you cannot defend the bomb site, if you cannot fight the enemies, if you cannot get these early kills, just play 5v5 retakes. Try, I don't know, spamming the enemies through the smoke as they're coming out. Try getting a kill like this, applying some pressure. Because on all of these maps, like, it's fairly easy to play 5v5 retakes, unless enemies have some big ultimates that we need to burn out during their executes. I don't know, like, for a map such as Ascent, I feel that you're playing it way too passively in some rounds. Number two, like, you need to pay more attention to what your teammates are doing and where they're positioning. Like, you're still not tracking your teammates very well. Like, the replay game is not really there. And sometimes you commit to the fights, solo fights, and your teammates are not ready to help you, or your teammates are doing something aggressive and you're not ready to help them at all. And number three, early reads onto the enemies can be a bit better. You know, where you position, how you play. Like, in this match, enemies were mega predictable. Literally, we could have read the enemies like 9 out of 12 times and be ready to fuck them up. And another thing is, like, you were saving money for Operator for the round number 4. Okay, you didn't get a chance to get the Operator until maybe this round, 5-2. But now in this round, brother, like, the only reason why we saved so much money is to get the Operator and start being a menace for the enemy team. So I don't really understand why we didn't pull out the Operator a bit earlier. Also, so which rounds really fucked us up in this match? Like, this third bonus round, we could have won it if our Clove didn't fuck us up, but the Clove was the problem, actually. Then the round at 5-1, I think. Yeah, this one here, brother. You have a perfect opportunity to kill 2 enemies that are running it down with a dash ability. And we don't take that opportunity. I mean, in a 2v3, we need to force the fights. Especially when, enemies are not aware of you, and you can just surprise them with the dash. Then, on 5-3, you overcommitted at defending the site. And early positioning was way too bad. Like, before you end up in a position like this on Ascent, you should abuse at least 3 other safe angles and off angles, plus your dash ability, before you end up in a spot like this. Like, this is the last position where you take the fights against the enemies. Even when you play some eco rounds with the shotguns and stuff like that. Then, on this retake, it was a bit of a suicide going for this dash, because there's 3 enemies alive. We really don't have any real info about the enemies. We know that 1 enemy is in the main, 1 enemy is Jen, but I don't really know where is the Cypher. And in a 4v3, I don't know why would I be overexposing myself so much. I can just drop down with the Sage, fight together with her, finish the Clove fight, then finish the Sova fight, then find the Cypher, and that's it. Then in this 1v1, gamble a bit more. If the spike is already in the garden, go on to the A side. Clove is gonna waste a few seconds to pick up this spike, like 4, 5, 6, 7. If she ends up on B, fuck it. We just pick up a Vandal or Phantom and we play a fast retake. But if she ends up on A, that's a guaranteed round win. And in this round, like, this was a Sudoku play, I'm not gonna lie. Like, peeking the B main area of the map against the Cypher camera, Sova drone, and Sova arrow without the support from your teammates, without some double bait setup. That's a bit crazy, you know? But of course, like, you know, like one thing here the chat also pointed out is, brother, who the fuck picks the beam and area of the map like this? Man, Neon was literally just running it down. I would probably also be, you know, this would also probably throw me off like heavily. I would be like, what the fuck is this shit, bro? Like, so yeah. So, you know, these are some problems that we need to kind of correct on a defender side. And there's also one problem on Ascent. On Ascent, you really need to win 8 or 9 rounds on a defender side. Like, it's a heavily defender-sided map, and how you play defense is mega important. You need to be making an early numbers advantage, pressuring the enemies, being 100% present in the game, because on the attacker side, like, there's not a single rank, single elo where players know how to properly attack on Ascent. And in rank solo queue, it's very hard, because there needs to be a lot of trust between you and your teammates, which in rank solo queue we really don't have, obviously. Okay, now we are on the attacker side of Ascent. Let's see what you can do better. And, you know, same as on the defender side. In the first 4 rounds, we need to have a learning mentality. We need to realize what we can do better against the enemies. And before the match even begins, you need to have some kind of an idea how you want to play that specific game, based on the team composition and the map that you're playing. Now, Ascent on the attacker side is probably the hardest map to win on the attack, because people don't know really how to default properly, how to take mid control properly, and then, you know, how to do basic stuff. So that's where people fail. On Ascent, in the first 4 to 6 rounds, you always want to navigate your teammates to play together as 5 before you start defaulting, flanking, lurking, or doing some solo plays. We need to learn about our teammates, learn about the enemies, and then we can do some solo plays. Now, if it is necessary, of course. Now, on Ascent, your A site is your default site, number 1 priority. B site is number 2 priority. In the first 4 to 6 rounds, your main focus should usually be taking A control and the garden control, and testing the enemies here as much as possible before we shift our focus towards this part of the map. But how you play on the attacker side of Ascent heavily depends on the enemy team composition. In this specific game, enemies have a Cypher. This Cypher, most of the rounds he's going to play on B side. Like 8 out of 12 rounds on the attacker side, he's going to play B, and we need to make that type of a gamble in the early rounds. So if enemies have 1 hardcore sentinel and this type of a composition, in the first 3 rounds, you should do a 5-man push onto the A site, and then in a 4th round, we should fake A and go B, or fake B, go A, depending where the Cypher is playing. If the Cypher played most rounds on the B site, fake B, go A. If the Cypher played most rounds on the A site, fake A, go B. Always fake on the bomb site where the enemy sentinel is playing, because the sentinels like rotate a bit slower, they anchor the bomb sites a bit more, they leave their utility there, and it's gonna be hard for you to walk into the bomb site. Now, when they wanna start fighting for mid control and defaulting, if your executes are not working, like 1-4 split on B, not working. 5-man push on B, not working. 5-man push on A, not working. Fake, not working. Split on A, 3-2, not working. Now, in the first round, especially with this team comp, we should definitely go A. And as a Jett player on Ascent, you should always get a classic light shield, 1 smoke, and updraft. Why updraft? Because we're playing against the Cypher. So even if the Cypher is playing on the A site, we can just easily dodge his setup with the updraft and go for an execute. Like this, for an example. Just a second, I disable my glide button. For an example. Now, let's see what you're gonna do and where we're gonna end up in this round. Okay, we're going A. Now, whenever you're starting A, always start on this position, right here. Just silently hop onto this box, get up here, and from this angle support your teammates. When your teammates are crossing this line, drop down, jump spot this angle, and get ready for the execute.
I'll buy a flash. I'll buy one.
Bandit in the first round with the smoke is fine, but the problem is like, on most of the maps, obviously, like Bandit is one of the most optimal weapons you can use in a first round right now. Just the problem is, They have a Cypher. Yes, we're making a gamble that the enemy Cypher is going to play on the B side, but if he's playing on A, you really need that updraft if you want to enter the site properly. So, whenever you're playing against the Cypher, you're doing a 5-man push somewhere, through A main or B main, always buy the updraft, classic light shield with one smoke and send it.
One flash, yeah.
Also, one thing that we need to be aware of in this match is where the enemy Sova is playing and where he's using the darts, because a lot of the Sova players like to use early darts for the A main and for the B main area of the map, and taking that damage early on is kinda stupid, always. So just delay your push for like, I don't know, 2-3 seconds and then go for the execute.
Away.
Backside, Cal.
Okay.
Lucas drop. It's Jett.
Okay, good execute, good peek. Almost perfect.
Backside,
I'm not gonna lie.
Away.
We have the smokes down. Our Sova arrow is a bit questionable, but that is not something that we can correct because, you know, you cannot teach your players Sova lineups on the go. So if I get that type of Sova arrow, I will not really rely on my initiator's utility to clear the angles. You know, so when you're going onto the bomb site, expect enemies everywhere, anywhere, at any moment of time. Here, like, one problem that happened is, like, you really need to flick left and right, and you really need to reveal the enemies on these positions when you're doing this execute with a Jett. So first you flick left to reveal this angle, and then when you're somewhere here, you flick right, so you can reveal the enemies behind this box and on this cover right here.
Backside, Cal.
Lucas drop. It's Jett. Okay. He's dead. I'm holding you, haven't pushed.
Always clear this smoke. Like, if enemies have this smoke on the site, which is a good smoke, obviously, check the smoke first, and then check the under, and then get ready for the pulse splint. Also, whenever you have this type of a smoke from your teammates, check if an enemy is hiding here, because the smoke is perfectly blocking the enemy's feet, and you don't see them. Just go into the smoke, check it, or wait for it to expire, and then be ready for a fight. Okay, very good. Now, the worst postman position that you can take on the A set of Ascent is under the heaven. Usually what you want to do on Ascent is you want to take this position when you're fighting with multiple teammates on the bomb site. Very good off angle, you have an advantage over the enemies. Enemies need to clear the main before they can even peek this position. And if you're standing here, only your head is visible, and we're basically playing a headshot battle against the enemies most of the time. Also, it's far easier to spray down the enemies through this position than for the enemies to spray you downwards. And, you know, as a secondary spot, we can just stay here and support our teammates from this position as well. This is the absolutely worst spot because, you know, you're not really picking any fights with your allies. You're just waiting for them to finish the fights for you. And you're waiting for the enemies to drop down. You're doing absolutely nothing. Either play on top of the... So, the main three positions that you want to play in the post plant is this one here, and on top of the generator. Depending on, of course, what your teammates are holding for you at that moment of time.
Rough.
But we pretty much did nothing after the execute.
Coming out on the right.
Point.
This was a good peek, good fight, love it.
Nice, awesome.
Okay, good timing there. Just, you know, maybe we could have fought the enemies on the rafters a bit sooner instead of baiting our teammates, but that's fine. We close the round.
Let's go.
Spectre, heavy shield, okay, that's fine. For Ascent, we also have a bandit for the long-range gunfights. That's good. Going A again is absolutely the best idea. The best choice. We should definitely, in this match, we should definitely push the A side 3 rounds in a row. And then in a 4th round, do fake B, go A.
One's pushing up mid, short, I think.
Go! Listen, like... so, if we make any sound in A main or B main, whatever the fuck is that sound, like Sova dart, Sova arrow, drone, one footstep from your teammates, a flash, in ranked solo, you need to send it. You need to go. Why? Because players don't give a fuck how many footsteps or how much sound they actually heard. You know, right now the enemy, whoever is playing on the A side, right now is yelling, they're going A, they're going A. Like, communication in Valorant doesn't exist, and it's really, you know, very basic level. Like, already now enemies are probably rotating. They might be pushing also the mid behind us if your teammate heard that, you know, like, that footstep. I don't know how, but okay. I mean, I don't know how he heard an enemy here so early in a round, but whatever. So, right, we need to be running right now. Like, enemies are already doing the smokes. As soon as the SOA did a drone, you just send it. You just go. All of this is waste of time, and we're just waiting for the enemies to rotate.
No stop people.
Flashing. Whoa.
Listen, minimize the amount of time that you spend instead of these smokes in the choke points. Every extra second that you spend is a second where the enemies can just randomly spam you and kill you. So, if you're not ready for the execute with your dash ability, hide here and here, and then when you activate the dash ability, get in a smoke and send it. Once again, like, try to get into the habit of, I mean, you know, we're not playing in Diamond and Ascendant anymore. This is Immortal. Like, try to force yourself into a habit where you're basically revealing the enemies here, 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 and here. You need to do that. Like, dash ability is a recon ability.
He's out, please, please! I hate my...
Also, always clear the hell. As soon as you take the side control, clear the hell as soon as possible. Because most of your teammates are, you know, autopiloting, and God knows if they're gonna expect an enemy hiding there.
Fucking... I'm never closing door again. You guys are... Fuck it. Get my Vando.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah. My guy is opening the doors and he's like, teammates, here you go. You wanna fight? Take the fight. Go with them, man. Go with them. We don't need... Listen, like, your priority in these anti-eco rounds, like a second anti-eco round, for an example, is not only to win this round, but we need to win it with the least amount of casualties possible. So we are building a strong economy for, like, you know, round number 3, 4, 5, 6, etc, etc. So here, like, you know, we're not playing a refray game with our teammates. We want to try fighting together with them and saving their own ass. Okay. Going gay here, very good idea. You know, when it comes to, you know, what we learned in the first few rounds, we learned that Cypher is definitely the B player. Like, we didn't see Cypher anywhere on the map. We also learned that enemy Neon is usually like a A short and the A side player. We also learned that enemy Clove is probably playing around somewhere around mid, because, you know, Clove doesn't have a range to smoke on B and A, and she's kind of forced to play around this area. And the only thing that we don't know is, you know, like, what Jett and Sova are gonna be doing. You know, are they gonna play A, are they gonna play B, so we can expect them anywhere and everywhere. So in this round, like, just send it A. You know, like, we know that the enemy Sentinel is not there, at least not in the previous rounds. It's far more unpredictable than doing anything else, because who pushes the same side 3 rounds in a row? Let's be honest. And also, in this round with this Sheriff, I love that you dropped this Vandal to your Reyna, because she was already getting a bit mentally disabled. You know, she was already on the edge in that round, and, you know, now here, Reyna, here is your weapon, please don't cry, you motherfucker. And basically in this round, like, you know, there's no reason for you to save this much economy for the next round, because anyways, you're not going to be playing, you know, with the operator yet, because we don't know where the enemies are pushing, peeking, and how they're positioning on a defender side exactly. But I would combine this, like, you know, get a Stinger for an example. So I have the Stinger for all of the close range fights, Sheriff for medium, long range. I have very high chance of winning this bonus round as well. Now, once again, like, another thing that we noticed is that enemies are never taking the main controls, and they're never using this smoke right here. Especially in the games when you notice that enemies are not using this one way, always start above your teammates on this position right here. It's just easier to refrag them and support them, you know, like, but silently. You know, don't make a footstep. Like, just make one silent step, hold the shift, and you get up here. And on this angle, just wait for your teammates to get a contact below you, swing out, kill that guy, go into sight.
Yeah, I'll just follow you.
We should be going here. We should be sending it here. I mean, you know, with a Jett, like, what's a perfect timing for you to go in? If we're already doing a 5-man push. Enemies are not stopping you with any utility in the main area of the map. Like, basically, they don't have any like, smokes, I mean, any molotovs or something like that. You have 2 smokes down. You know at least, like, where is one enemy playing. This is perfect. You know. Let's go. Let's send it. Listen, this execute right here, you almost never want to do it. The only time you should do this execute with a Jett is when you're getting obliterated by some enemy utility here, like a Vice, Razor Vines, Killjoy, Molotovs, Cypher, Tripwires, or if enemies are killing you in some other way. Like they're peeking on a really good timing, killing you, your teammates are not moving in, some shit is happening to you. This execute here, also you do when you have a close range weapon, let's say a Stinger, a Bucky, Shorty, something like that, and you know that an enemy is playing behind these boxes, and you just want to quickly take that fight and try to kill that enemy. Otherwise, always go on the left side, fuck the right side. You're way too overexposed.
Okay. Sun?
Flashing twice.
I saw you heaven, I saw you heaven.
And also when you peek, you know, from this position alone, we have a problem where you're exposed from the enemies. Here, and here as well. And God knows where the enemies are playing, you can never have a good crosshair placement for both of these angles. And you're gambling a lot. We need to check this smoke once again. Like, you should have checked this smoke. And then check this middle side smoke as well.
I got
Plant
him.
the spike.
Cycler.
Holy shit, this was so dangerous, man. Like, literally, the enemies could have been inside of this smoke and inside of the smoke on rafters as well. I really hate that I cannot hear him, like, communicating, because our friend Joker is actually communicating a lot. Once again, you know, like, one of the best and safest fights that you can take on A site is this fight right here. Especially if your teammates are picking the fights from the generator, from the main, or they're stuck on this position. Just hold this under angle and play a bit of aimless. And that's it. You know, once you finish one fight, you can just reset yourself and keep your location a secret and do whatever the fuck you want to do next. The problem is, like, you get stuck way too much in this under heaven position is the worst position where you can play the postlands on the A set of Ascent. Because you're practically useless in a 5v4, 4v5, etc. Like, you're not able to take any of these fights with your teammates, and, you know, you're just praying to God that they're gonna win these fights for you.
Last player standing.
Okay.
Okay.
Better pulse, but then we're good. Now, in this round, you know, we're making one mistake that we kind of talked over during our coaching. Like, you always fake on the bomb site on which enemy sentinel is playing. You have to do that because sentinels rotate a bit slower. Sentinels rotate a bit slower than anyone else, essentially. So, in this round, and also, like, you know, they leave their setups, and especially Cypher, I mean, like, you know, the whole point of the fake is what? 3 players should be walking slowly through the opposite part of the map, and on timing, trying to get this space without any noise. While the 2 players are applying shit tons of noise and pressure on the opposite part of the map. So in this specific match, like, who should fake? Reyna and Sova. Reyna and Sova should try to destroy the Cypher setup and simply send it on the A site. Clove should only give them one smoke, the smoke for the market, and then instantly run back towards the A main. And our job in the A main is to take the space, you know, here on timing, based on sound, based on how much pressure our teammates applied on the opposite part of the map. This is not gonna work. So we have two problems here. 3 players are doing a fake. You never want to do that. And the second problem is like we're faking A site.
Sure. Turn it. One mid.
Not mid. 101. He ran back, cat.
Yikes.
Yep.
My ult's ready.
Okay, let me give you another tip for... Never mind. We died here on timing. That's fine, like, whatever. But another quick tip here. So, whenever... Like, your whole team is stuck on mid. But you traded a few numbers with the enemies. So, basically, you traded, like... you know, you got a pick in A short, a pick in mid... one of your team has died, and, you know, in this example, we ended up 4v4. Try, if it is possible, to reset this type of a round always towards some main area of the map, so that enemies don't have a timing to lurk, flank, or backstab us, or to sit in the A main and B main and then make some kind of a crossfire setup. Like, the worst thing that we could have done in this scenario is just run through short together as 4, and there is still like 1 minute and 10 seconds on the clock. So as soon as we got this peek in A short, and enemies saw that there's 3 of us mid, hey guys, let's go B main. Hey guys, let's go A main. You probably would have still died, because enemy Jett did a surprise peek, surprise play, like we don't, you know, she never did that in the previous round, so good play by the enemy Jett. But, you know, that's what we should have done if you didn't die. Here as well, like, your teammates are practically making the same mistake. In this 3v3, you need to reset the round towards the A main or towards the B main. Like, we have to clear this area of the map and just do a basic 3-man execute if you want to have any chances of winning this round.
Hey, just group up and go away.
Did they lose? Win? They probably lost.
They are poor.
Oh, they won somehow. Okay. They're just better.
Need a drop.
I mean, I love that you're generous, but listen, like, in ranked solo queue, like, get the weapons for yourself. Like, only God knows who you're playing with and against. I mean, even in this type of matches, where you feel a bit less confident, and the match is not really going in your favor, like, you never know when you're gonna pull out some crazy clutch, you know, some crazy 1v5, like, fuck it, bro. Unless you have a cheater or a smurf in your team, like, I would not drop these weapons to my teammates. Like, just buy a Vandal here for yourself, and that's it practically.
Thank you. Need a drop. Thanks.
But also, okay, listen. In this round, actually, I don't know why are you even playing with the Spectre. You have an ultimate with a Jett. Ultimate, heavy shield, and some good secondary weapon for that map. Ultimate, heavy shield, bandit. That's all you need to win this round. Okay? Like, this is just waste of credits. Why do we need this 1600? Bro, like, Jett ultimate is better than any other weapon in the game. Except maybe Chamber's ultimate. Like, why would you even do this? You don't need a Spectre. Get a bandit and the round is over. Now here, going A again, fine. Absolutely fine. Why? Because, you know, A said work for us. Like a charm. So why not? You know, let's send it one more time. Let's see, you know, if the enemies are really that bad on the A side. This is another reason why I would always recommend you to go from the upper position. You know, in this lower position, you can always get fucked by some darts, Molotov, I don't know, some enemy utility. Like, just always get up here, especially with ultimate, you know? Then, even if you get smoked off, you can just do that and fuck up the enemies. Why is my glide not working? Like, am I... I need to walk, sorry.
Here.
Now listen, one thing that you should definitely try doing when your execute and push is getting stalled a bit with the Jett, activate the dash ability, use the updraft, and try to get the pick. Especially if you noticed that in the previous rounds, enemies like to actually hold the angles. You know, they're not hiding from your utility, but they're actually holding you. Why not? You know, maybe you get a free pick. With the dash ability, you're always safe. You can get a kill. Just updraft from back of the wall, like this, and then bop, 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 try to get a pick. You don't see anyone, no problem. I can just go for a default execute and enter the site for my team. Here, once again, here we're wasting enormous amount of time, and I don't know why. Like, enemies don't have a single utility that is stopping our execute. We have both smokes down like 5 seconds ago. Go!
Stunned. I'm flashing once, flashing twice. I'm stunned.
Heaven stop.
Okay, okay, not bad. Good game sense. We need to check under. That's one way to check it, I guess.
Have.
And once again, bro, just get onto some good post and position, that's it. Like, in this 5v3, because I have Jett ultimate, the best idea for me is to play from the generator. Doors are closed, we have a sage wall here. Enemies are coming, I can just... You know, easy kills for you. And easy trades with your teammates. This spot is a bit shit, and I would never do this peek ever in my life. Unless I have a very huge advantage and I know exactly... So, why this play was good in the pistol round? Because you knew that both enemies are here and here. And no one was holding you. But this peek is kind of diabolical, especially when you have a ultimate. Because if there's like 3, 4, 5 enemies alive, but someone is going to be holding you here, getting ready for this peek, and it's kind of stupid going for such a slow peek, especially with the ultimate. If I already want to peek here, let's do something like this. It's better. You're moving, you know. And the chances of you dying are very, very low. What monitor is ideal for Valorant grind? Any monitor that is like 144 Hz and above. Fuck it. I mean, the best monitor, in my opinion, is Zowie. Zowie 400 Hz to 400 to 600 Hz. Really up to you.
All there, yeah.
No heal for 10.
One enemy remaining.
Jockey.
Okay.
To the
Okay, no reason to upgrade this Spectre in this round, because our economy is still not that good, you know, and we can easily play with the Spectre in this round. Now, we're literally, listen, we're literally making the same mistake as we did in the previous round. So first of all, if you're faking A and going B, you cannot be playing inside of this position, because if enemies are peeking from the catwalk, they're gonna see you. You know, you need to play behind this cover, and wait for your teammates to make pressure, and then start walking in. So that this guy doesn't see us, especially when you have a Spectre. And once again, I mean, like, we're faking on the bomb site, which most commonly was defended by the Cypher. So I don't know how this is gonna work. Like, it's gonna be interesting. Shakes you also, man.
Yeah, sure.
I find it so much easier to react and see people on OLED 1440p. A lot of preference. My only problem with the OLEDs right now is they're 27 inches. And I cannot wait to try out the 1080p OLED, man. That is 24.
Putting a one way up.
once.
I'm three.
Okay. Good timing to go. But a huge problem of this round, once again, is like controller has to play with the players that are not faking. Because even if the things go south, you know, let's say Cypher is still here or two enemies are still here, we can still do some kind of a semi-execute if we have one smoke for the CT or market. Like, Clove cannot be playing on A. Also, if you're faking A, you need to tell your controller to give us this smoke. If you're faking B, we need to tell our controller to give us this smoke.
He almost hit.
I'm gonna play late low.
Okay. Whenever you're planting the spike on the B side, try to plant it here. It's much better in position to plant the spike, and much more visible from different angles and corners. And on the A side, try to get a plant either here or under the site right here, because we have the one-ways on rafters and on the gen as well.
Okay, one.
Enemy spotlight planted.
Solid tag ready.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, you know, how you position the postlands heavily depends on which gun you have. Right now, because enemies don't have any flashes, the best idea for you is simply to play close to the stairs with a Spectre, and on timing just try to run down the enemies as they're going through the stairs. They're just playing this position, jiggling in, jiggling out, jiggling in, jiggling out, with a silent step, and getting ready for a fight.
Fucked through.
All raised.
I'm
Do
so
you really want to take this type of a fight with a Spectre? Come on, bro.
look, I'm gonna try and get small. Yeah, I'm trying to get in small.
I'm 1 HP.
I don't know why you're why are you taking this fight, this long range fight with a Spectre? Just get closer. You have a wall for the B, for the speedway. Clove is there, Sage is there. All you have to do is, you know, lock down the stairs.
Okay.
24 inches better than 27, and why? It's a preference because, you know, on 27 inches, the minimap is, you know, it's harder to track the minimap. Essentially, you know, and also when it comes to peripheral vision, you lose a lot of it. Like, depending how close you sit to the monitor or how far away, it can really, you know, fuck you up sometimes.
I'm dead.
You should have tried getting a few picks, you know, especially because you have a Spectre and you don't have any better gun on the stairs. It's a bit criminal that you lost the Sage like that, and only because you had a Spectre, the best idea was to simply play on the stairs and that's it. I mean, the ultimate and the best post-on position on the B set of Ascent is getting on top of these boxes, and from top of these boxes, outmaneuvering the enemies and fucking them up on timing. I explained everything in my rank playbook, like how to use these boxes in the most efficient way, so you can just check the rank playbook on the Discord server. We could, once again, like, post plants are a bit of your enemy on this attacker side of Ascent. Now listen, in this round, I would actually try to, you know, like, whenever you're playing rounds on the attacker side, you need to ask yourself, like, will enemies expect this, expect that? Like, what do I think enemies are gonna do? Like, right now, we failed the B fake, and we ended up on the B side. So if I was in the enemy team, I would think, aha, okay, they failed the fake A, go B. They're probably gonna try the 5-man push on A again because it worked the most for them. So right now, on the A side, I'm pretty confident that there's gonna be at least like 3 or 4 enemies waiting for you. So the much better idea in this round is simply go B. You know, let's do a B split, 1-4 through market, or 5-man push on B. And let's try to play a bit more like, you know, out of the box.
Get out of my way.
Shotgun.
Come true.
Been a while since I played Valorant. Does Valorant has more cheaters now despite Vanguard? Brother, like, literally... So, I'm just gonna tell you one thing. This act, I played 27 matches of Valorant. In 7 games, I had a cheater in the enemy team. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just unlucky because I'm not playing that much. But, you know, how much luck do you need to have for that?
Fucking dead.
Oh, Jett. Heaven.
Okay, let me see this round again.
Shotgun.
Come true.
One thing that I don't understand is why are you walking in this position? You know, why are we not just sending it? When the Sova already uses a drone and reveals this early contact with the enemies. Like, what's the point of walking here? If enemies already know that we're going, you know, on the A side. You're just giving them more time to rotate. This execute was a bit scuffed. And also, like, you know, what really fucked you up here is, you know, the Sage Slorps were criminal.
I'm fucking dead.
Oh, Jett. Heaven.
One is
Okay, once again, clear the hell. And let's get into some good postman position.
free.
Where we can actually fight with our teammates.
Got him. Float.
Almost true.
Postplant needs to be fixed. Like, you need to find more ways to fight with your allies. You just can't be playing here.
To heaven.
I know exactly where you
Come on, bro, like some confidence, man. Like, just swing out, fuck it, like.
Heaven tree.
Last player standing.
Brother, we could have killed those guys. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Like, I just broke my whole setup. We could have killed these guys going from the tower long time ago. Before the Sova even had a chance to go from the doors. I don't know, like, you're giving enemies too much space in this postman. And you're giving your teammates way too much, like, way too much solo fights.
Okay.
deploying drone.
Heck is. Okay.
Listen, when we're playing this 1v2s, your only job is to try to isolate 1v1 fights. So, if the Cypher is tower, and Sova is going for a defuse, Sova needs 7 seconds to defuse that spike. So what we are looking for in this 1v2 is a 1v1 fight against the Cypher. So right now,
Player standing.
you know, when the Sova tap the spike, your only focus should be Cypher that is dropping from tower and trying to get a timing on him. Try to get that 1v1. Like, in a 1v2, I don't want to play this position. Why would I be exposed from the Sova and from the Cypher as well? Let's see what the Cypher is gonna do, you know, and how the Sova is actually gonna play. Like, let's see if the Cypher is gonna drop down, if he's gonna make some kind of a mistake. I mean, like, the biggest mistake of the players in ranked solo queue is they overheat a lot and they only focus on kills. Like, just full tunnel vision on taking the fights, because nobody gives a fuck anymore. So you can easily abuse that against the enemies. Just stay tucked on under the tower, under the hell, and in the hell, and just wait to see what's gonna happen. You know, most of the times, like, in these type of situations, you don't even need to make a good play. Enemies are gonna make a bad play for you. Let's wait to see what the Cypher is gonna do, where he's gonna drop. Sova taps the spike. I'm gonna wait 2-3 seconds. Now I'm gonna clear this angle, and now I'm gonna be engaging that Cypher and trying to get the Sova out of the spike.
Die there.
Deploying drone.
Listen, it is totally fine that they're going A again. Like, if the post plans are your problem and not the executes, just fix the post plan. But you need to ask yourself, what is actually the problem? Is the problem that my teammates are over-aggressing something? Am I trading my teammates enough? Are the enemies fucking me up with some good utility setup during these post plans, during the retakes? And we can go A again, and I'm confident that we can take the A site easily again. But, I mean, if we're just gonna play this you know, postments in the same way that we played in the previous rounds, what's the point?
Shut up. Okay, short.
Scanning ahead.
Already?
Drain.
Okay, you know, this was okay execute, just, you know, please don't, try to dash from the enemy's smoke. Instead of dashing like, you know, like this. You're playing Jett, bro. And try to reveal enemies left and right.
Backside, backside.
Spike down A.
He's on top.
Out.
Smoke, smoke. We need to clear the smoke. Smoke.
In the
Fuck.
smoke.
As already mentioned, like, you know, this is gonna bite your ass if you're not clearing this smoke. Like, whenever enemies are giving you this smoke, and you're playing around the gen, as soon as you clear the backside, you need to get in the smoke, clear the smoke, and then clear the rafters, and get ready for some post-plant. Yo, nicely smoke. Well, see, man. How are you today, bro? Was waiting for you to come save my prime for you. Yeah, we're grinding again. Like, I'm gonna try to get end of the act radiant, if that is even possible.
Get in the smoke. 2 heaven.
Heaven,
Two
2.
heaven. 2 heaven. Close
Yell and
side.
swing.
One enemy
All
remaining.
heaven, all heaven.
Last
Swing,
player
swing.
standing.
Swing!
I hate to say, but your teammates are kinda right. You know, you really look mega lost during the postments on Ascent. You know, executes are okie dokie, and how we are taking the space is okie dokie. Like, you can make some minor corrections that I mentioned in the previous rounds, but it's fine. But in the postments, like, you really need to pay more attention on the minimap and what type of fights your teammates are taking. I mean, here, look at this example. So, my Clove is playing from the right side. So, Clove is playing from the right side. I know that there's like 1, 2, or 3 enemies on the rafters. But the best way for me to refrag this Clove and play all of the fights with her is to play here. You know, Clove is taking these fights, and just on timing, you know, like, bam, 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 bam. I can take every fight, whatever the fuck she fights. Your Reyna is playing a postman here, taking this fight. But you cannot be playing under the hell and holding the main. Get some, you know, get the same position as she... play here, for an example, you know. You have the cover from the main and cover from the short as well. Play here if the short and main are covered, and try to refrag your Reyna. And fight with them more.
Heaven, 2.
2 heaven. Close
Yell and
side.
swing.
One enemy
All
remaining.
heaven, all heaven.
Last
Swing,
player
swing.
Now, in this 1v1, the worst mistake that we can make is force this 50-50 fight. Take the spike, go for a fake plant, and try to kill the enemy Jett with the peeker's advantage. Or simply plant the spike and you know, then take a fight, because then the enemy Jett is under the pressure. But here the worst mistake we can do is force this 50-50. Literally, like, why would you ever force this type of a fight? When the spike is behind you, you can easily take it, and now you condition the enemy Jett to make some mistakes.
Swing!
Spike down A.
It's very good in ranked solo queue if you have a clutch to mute key. Like, you know, assign some kind of a button for mute option. I don't know where the fuck that is, like here. Team voice clutch mute key. If your teammates are yelling like this, always mute them, especially if you know where are the enemies and you don't need any backstage coaching from them, so you can actually focus and think. Instantly press that button, and now, you know, wait a bit. Now, when you end up in these 1v1s, also, like, what you need to do more is reset yourself. Brother, instead of forcing a stupid 50-50 fight, take a break. You know, for 3 seconds. I don't know, don't touch your mouse, don't touch your keyboard. Take the cover. Use your brain. Spike is behind me. Jett is on the tower. I have 1 minute to plant the fucking spike. Do I really have to force a stupid 50-50? And that only God knows who's gonna, like, who's gonna take it. You know, who's gonna actually win it. So, relax a bit, think, intake the information, and then decide what you wanna do. Here, we can also take the spike, for an example, and maybe get underneath the Jett and try to go for a surprise play there. I don't know, maybe. We can try to go for a fake plant, then swing out. We can actually plant the spike and now enemy Jett is the one under the pressure. We can play however we want. Maybe we pick some insane timings to sneak under the hell. And now we control this fight. But, you know, choosing a 50-50 fight with 1 minute to plant the spike. And where you can put the enemy Jett in a disadvantageous position, where she needs to force some stupid fight and, you know, reveal herself. That's how we play these 1v1s.
One enemy.
But you should have been ready to play with that glove. Once again in this round, going on to the A side is totally fine. Like, we can go A again, no problem. Like, enemies are giving us A side for free. But if we don't correct our post plans, like, or let's say for example, you don't know what's going wrong. You don't know how to play the post plans in this match, and you don't know what's going wrong. Fuck it, try something else. You know, what we still didn't try in this match, we didn't try the A split, like a 3-2 split. We didn't try 1-4 split on B side. We didn't try the 5-man push on B. And if this is also not working, fuck it. Let's default, let's take the mid control, let's try to take the market, take the short, and then reset the round somewhere and open the space.
No one's gonna shoot the dart, we just wait out the dart, then go, bro.
Okay, this is fine. This is fine.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready.
Another.
Also, this is a really good play, man. This is something I forgot to mention completely, bro. So, what is a good play here? Whenever you see, in ranked solo queue, that enemies are making a mistake of not fighting aggressively for the A main and B main, just walk into the A main and B main, and then explode onto the bomb site. Then enemies have like zero information when to rotate, how to rotate, and that's it. And one of the main mistakes you can do on Ascent is giving all of this space for free to the enemy team. And your positioning is always beyond these lines, right here. Okay, let's walk up A main and let's explode. We can do the same on B.
Alright, ready?
Yep.
Let's go, let's go.
Jump spotting from hell. Hell.
Flashing again.
Oh, okie dokie. I mean, this is a good eco round play when you're playing Jett. You know, when you have a shotguns, bandit, classic, like dashing into this smoke, and within this smoke trying to get a kill. Plus, you're giving your teammates a very easy time of closing the garden doors. Okay, it could have worked, especially because enemies played inside of the smoke a lot. But if you already got the info that one enemy is jump spotting from the hell, like playing here, this is the round where you can maybe go for a play like this, you know? And then with a second smoke, just close the gap with the enemies and fuck them up with a shotgun.
I'm stunned.
I understand you were under the pressure, but how we exited that smoke, that was interesting.
I'm fucked.
Just let them pass, bro. Like, you are the playmaker in this round. So, brother, if you have a judge here,
I'm fucked.
just let them pass. Maybe someone is gonna come to you as well. A free kill for you. You took the space on some insane timing. Like, literally, I don't know how no one is playing from A short, number one. And number two, like, I don't know how nobody's garden as well. If you get insane timing like this, once again, just chill and relax. Just think. Don't aim, don't take any fights, just think. You know, what I should do next. Can I let the enemies pass and then kill them all from behind? Are my teammates having an easy... Like, for example, when would I take this type of a fight? Of course, I would not take it with a judge, like, we should be taking it with a classic pistol, because pistol is still a weapon. If your teammates on the A side were dying, and you need to support them fast, okay. Fuck the trigger discipline, fuck everything, like, we need to get 1 kill here. But your teammates are okay. You know, they're fine. Reyna is out. We got a refrag on the enemy Neon. It seems like the enemies overstacked the mid and B because we didn't see anyone in Garden. And on the A side there was only Neon. Just relax. Just chill.
I want heaven.
No charges down.
Closing a 3 door, okay?
This is just the aim problem with the shotguns in general. Like, you know, shotguns are basically close range sheriff, close range guardian. Like, it is much better. It is much better that you hit 1 good shot onto the enemies when you're ready to take a shot, instead of you know, hitting 3 random shots and you're not, you know, you don't know where the fuck is your crosshair. So basically,
I want heaven.
here,
Closing a 3 door, okay?
like, always behave towards the shotguns like you have a sheriff with yourself on these close ranges. Make sure that this crosshair is onto the enemy's body, that 1 shot is actually gonna matter, and then take a shot. Like, the same level of discipline that you have with a Vandal, Phantom, Sheriff. Replicate that discipline on the shotguns as well.
For sure.
You jiggle.
We won this round. What?
Cam was here.
Okay. Going B. Going B, like, is a good idea. Very good idea. Because, you know, we went A once again, like, 3-4 rounds in a row. And, you know, probably on the B side there's only Cypher. We can try a 5-man push, why not? Like, at least in 1 round. I don't know why in this round you're playing with a Judge. Because, you know, you pull out the Judge on the attacker side if you know exactly where the enemies are playing, and you can get that 1 free pick. Or if you have nothing else better to buy and you want to make some aggressive Judge play. But here, if you already have money for a Vandal, Phantom, and, you know, we are pushing a bomb set where I have absolutely no idea where the enemy Cypher is playing, I don't know if I would ever, like, I don't know, just where are we going to get a kill right now with the Judge? Because I have no idea where the enemies are playing on the B side.
Revealing area.
I made noise, let's go. I saw it CT.
Okay, listen. So, especially if you're walking through the B main area of the map, please check this angle because your teammates are probably not gonna check it. And the problem with your Jett executes is, like, you're rushing them out way too much. Like, you cannot do a Jett execute from this position. Like, the whole point is to dash either through the enemy smoke or through your own smokes, so that enemies cannot pre-fire you and kill you and spam you randomly. Look, you know, enemy smoke is here. No, dash. What's the problem?
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't. I still don't like your Jett executes in terms of when you're dashing in, and in terms of, like, how much you're flicking left and right to gather information for your teammates. Like, literally, these 2 things need to be fixed.
Double block.
You see, like that should be impossible. Like, that should be impossible for you. Brother, we're doing a execute here. Flick left, flick right. Aha, no one is there, no one is here. Let's close the switch. And now, because I have a Judge, I need to focus on taking this fight and engaging the enemies from the stairs.
Dead.
Anyway.
Good job by the enemy Jett. Nice kill by her, but, you know,
I
like...
saw it CT.
During this execute, you should have already revealed this Cypher. And as soon as you saw that Cypher is there, close the switch, kill the motherfucker, go through the speedway, and from the speedway, engage the enemies with a classic pistol together with your teammates. Then we can pull a Judge to clear the backside, and round is over.
Yeah, I did. Double block.
1 year passed and you did not make Yoru Omen to Radiant series. I don't know, man, like, I really got bored of playing Omen. Like, I reached Radiant with Omen so many times that whenever I play him, like, I wanna puke. And Yoru is kinda, I don't know, nerfed right now, so it's kinda pointless. Like, the only series that I wanna make and I wanna complete is A to Z during 2026. I failed that series, like, in January. In January, we were 1 win away, bro. 1 fucking win away. We were at 539 rank rating. Essentially. And we failed the series on 1 win. And then we dropped to 300. That was crazy. So I really want to repeat that one, because it was kind of fun, you know, playing every agent in the game and trying to get Radiant, like, every day felt different, you know? But agents to Radiant, I think I'm not gonna do that ever again. Because it's way too boring. I mean, like, we already did so many series, so many stuff, like, I'm just gonna make a playbook, regardless of the series.
Thank you.
Need a drop.
Listen, whenever you're playing Jett with the ultimate, no matter what type of economy you have, buy a heavy shield in that round. Always. Because heavy shield and Jett ultimate, that's everything that you need to like, win this type of a round for your team. Oh, hello, Mr. Jett. I really don't know what we're doing right now, but if we are doing a B split, doing a B split with 3 players in B main and 2 players on mid, without any smokes on mid, usually doesn't work. Ever. So if you're doing a B split, it needs to be a 2-3 or a 1-4 split. And we need to have a smoke either for short, top mid, like something, like, I don't know. I don't know what this is gonna be interesting to see. Like, the enemies from the short can kill us.
Salvage
I mean, if you're just searching for the picks on mid, I guess that's fine.
trader.
Scanning ahead.
I saw one towards stairs just then. Honestly, we could pivot towards
There's 2 Marco.
when swinging out Marco.
Listen, there is no shame in using your dash ability to get out of a really bad position in which you're in. Like, right now, we have no idea if enemies push the A main, if they can beat top mid. We have no idea how many enemies are in the market. You have no idea if that Sova is gonna peek you from A short. It is totally fine if you use your dash ability and smoke to reset over to your teammates, especially since they got a kill onto the Cypher. We don't even need the dash right now to go onto the B side. We just need to stay alive and not end up in some kind of a stupid, overexposed 1v2, 1v3 fight, or, God forbid, we die based on timing and luck. It's okay, if you feel under the pressure, if you feel like enemies can kill you from anywhere, and you have a utility to get out of that position, take better fights, get out. Reset yourself.
Nice.
Swing Marco. 2 more.
This is crazy because enemies can kill you, like, right now from short and top mid. I have no idea where are the enemies right now. You have no idea as well.
We don't need to. We do not need to.
We can take it, we can take it. Go. Just take it.
I kind of wish you would do a collab with a streamer and just have fun. I don't know, I really don't fuck with any European streamers, man. Like, I have a lot of NA streamers on my friend list, and I'm really good with a lot of them, but European streamers, I don't know, man, like, I would maybe only play with Maisky and Voodoo, and that's it, basically, like. And Izot, but Izot is not even playing anymore.
Play back up.
Drone from spawn. We know where 3
Yeah,
are.
from swamp.
That's why I'm gonna go in North America, like, for 2 months.
Neon CT, could have walked out. 2 out, Clove.
I got one. Lane.
Right out lane. Lane 50. Last
Lane,
50.
Main. Everyone with.
I just love how much you're overcomplicating this round, brother. Like, bro, listen. So here, your team has got a site. Your teammates got a site. You know that 2 enemies are market and 1 enemy is CT. Just go B, man. Don't overcomplicate rounds that are already won. This round is over. All we have to do is play a refray game. We also have a dash ability to take fights and updraft as well through the B main. We have Sage Wall in the B main as well, on which we can play with the updraft. This round is over. Like, no matter which agent you played right now, Cypher, Killjoy, Chamber, it doesn't matter. Just reset yourself. You don't need to do anything anymore.
Last 50. Already outline, already outline. Jumps on site. Not on.
Last player standing.
Nice, Crim. Round's over.
Okay.
That's nice.
We still won the round, but by an inch.
Little.
I've got ult here.
You know, what's the problem of this attacker side is like, you genuinely could have tried more setups on the attack. You know, when you saw that things are not going well for you, and you couldn't figure out how to play the post plans, let's try to take some picks on mid. Let's try to take the market control, A short control, then reset the round. Let's try a B split, A split. Why not?
Guys, so we can just like type it. Oh. I've got ult here, guys.
Oh
So
man, I need to see that again.
Oh.
Sova ate that
He's in tree. We can cancel.
They've already smoked. One on side.
Is this guy OC the server of throw by any means? Yeah, like literally OC server is one of the harder servers to get Radiant. But not because players are good, but because players are shit. And because there's an enormous amount of cheaters, win traders, and bullshitting on that server. Like, they can only play on Sydney. They have one server for a very small region.
Jesus.
Okay, listen. In these type of situations, you have 2 options, you know? Option number 1. Cut the noise for 20 to 30 seconds and just reheat the A site. Which is usually the best option. Because then your teammates cannot make a single mistake on a rotation. Option number 2. If you already think that you pulled out the rotation out of 3, 4, 5 enemies, okay, we can just rotate immediately towards the B, but we need to be faster.
Bottom.
Alright. Got out. Nice.
Bottom mid one as well. He's gonna swing this, no?
One's gonna swing cat. Definitely one's gonna swing.
You have a really good timing here. I really hope we're gonna use it right now.
Cat.
We should go.
Can we go cat through our smoke and then just fight him? I've got ult here.
We need to go.
Come on.
We need to clear the site. Yep. One angle at a time. Now walk in. You need to recognize a bit better these opportunities, man. Like, I mean, you know, over the 2 rounds, you could have won yourself, basically. Brother, like, this timing is insane. You saw 2 enemies on mid. So we saw the Jett here, Clovis here, Cypher is the B player, and Neon just run away from the A site towards the A short. You need to start walking into the A site. Yes, I know. The enemy Sova can still be on A site. But if you kill that Sova on timing, the round is over.
Still cat. Judge.
We need to go here. Take more space. Fuck it. You know? Grab yourself by the balls and let's send it. Oh, now. This guy give you a wall as well. He gave you a cover. Start walking in.
This
You need to seize these opportunities a bit more, man. Like, in my opinion, you're playing way too scared in some of these situations when you have such a huge opportunity to fuck up the enemies, get the kills, like, you know, like, it is better that you fail doing something proactively and trying to learn a proper timing to do that than, like, you know, being a static potato that is just doing absolutely nothing. Like here, like, you know, if you already heard the enemies rotating from A, fuck it. Let's try to pick up that timing. Let's see if it is gonna work. And next time you're gonna learn what is actually the good timing to go out. You just need to learn from these situations, like, for the next matches.
this swing. If you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, same as always, like, just get on the good postman positions and that's it. So, what would be the best postman position right now? Get on top of the generator, get under the generator, maybe play on top of the rafters with the Sage. Any of these options are fine.
Swing me when you can.
Okay, the positions that you really want to avoid during the A post plant. This is shit. This is shit. This is dog shit. And yeah, pretty much that's it. This is like okay. This is like okay. All of this here is like okie dokie. This is good. 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 So yeah.
Just double hold this.
Also, he didn't give his team info that Neon was pushing the tree. He probably gave it. We don't hear his comms for some reason.
Sage. Okay.
Okay, you can do this as well, I guess, like right now, you know. Just keep the main control and see if someone is pushing behind us.
Last guy as well, last guy.
31. Nice.
Overall, I just feel that in this match you could have had more impact. Like if you, first of all, so what's the problem on the attacker side? We already explained your problems on defense. On the attacker side, number one, we need to fix how we are faking the bomb sites. Very easy to communicate, very easy to fix. Number two, when you get some of these insane timings, try to use them. You know, like in the future matches. Like if the whole enemy team is passing you, don't shoot at them, let them pass you, backstab them and try to get a win like that. Unless you need to support your teammates immediately. You hear the enemy Neon getting away from the site. And we know that there's only Sova on the site somewhere. Try to get a space on timing and try to maybe fuck up that Neon in the short. And then deal with the Sova on the site or rafters or wherever the hell he is. Number three, executes need to be better. You know, like you need to use your dash to clear the angles, flick left and right, get the information. You cannot be dashing out of the smoke when you're out of the actual smoke. Like, dash from the inside of the smoke so that enemies don't see you and they cannot spam you on the edge of it. Number five, postman positions just need to be much better. Like, you need to, like on every single map in the ranked playbook, I explained like what is a good, bad, and optimal postman position. And you also position the postmans based on the gun that you have and based on where your teammates are playing at that moment of time, which you're not doing. You're just letting your teammates take some stupid 1v1 fights. They're losing these fights, we're losing the advantage. The match and round is over. For no reason. In this type of a game also, like, you know, if you cannot figure out what's going wrong during the post plans or executes, try as many good default things that we have on that map. You know, try the mid control, try the A split, try the B split, for an example. Try the fireman push on B, if the things are not working well. And also, like, you still need to develop that feeling for, you know, power plays, like, which you still didn't develop well. Like, you know, who has the advantage in certain situation. Like, for, you know, in that 1v1 example against the enemy Jett is the best example in this match. Enemy Jett is fucked up here. You know, you just pick up the spike, plant the spike. Now she needs to make some kind of a move. She needs to make the steps. She needs to go down. The doors are fully closed. And instead of that, like, you just swing out and force a 50-50, instead of creating some kind of a fight that actually works in your favor. Okay, everything else we're going to talk through private messages. I still need to review your tracker, documents, and stuff. So yeah. For the YouTube, this was just a free VOD review. I didn't go that deep into it, you know, like... It's not a tier 3 sub VOD review, so yeah. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, all of the good stuff. Join Discord server for private coaching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, take care, roll the closer.